Well, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. Well, as usual, with the new lecture, with the new week, today I'm going to teach you the new topic of your 14th week, that is your conditional sentences type 0. Well, a few days ago or 1 week ago, I told you that we have got the four uh, conditional sentences type. Now type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3. Now these are the basic four conditional, the sentences types. But today I'm going to teach you just one. This is your, that is your 0 type. Now in this type, we are basically, we are gonna uh, have a look on this conditional sentences of type 0, that what is actually the importance or what are the basic uses of your conditional sentences. Clear? Now basically a conditional sentences type 0 is, what do we call type 0? Because in this conditional sentences we have got the two present simple tenses, and in this, if one action is happened, now from this first action the second action definitely appears automatically. Means whenever we are just talking about the first action, when the first action happens, the second actions from the first one, the second action happens usually or automatically. So that's why we use condition 0 type. And now moreover, uh, whenever we have got the two present simple tenses, so that's why we usually say the type 0. That's why we call this conditional sentences as a conditional sentences of your type 0. Here now just have a look on this conditional sentences in terms of your structure, that first of all we have to give the if here and present simple tense. Now collectively we can call as a if clause. Clear? If plus present simple tense, the first sentence or first tense, this will be your what we call the if clause, and the second one, the present simple tense, this will be your man clause. Now in these two sentences, the first one will be your condition because if is given, and the second one will be your result. Now second sentence will be your result. Now just have a look on this example, on this example as well, on on these sentences, that if you heat water. Now what actually this sentence is, now this sentence is basically the conditional sentences. Now this only just, I'm just talking about the first one, this if you heat water. Now what is this? This is the first present simple tense, and what actually it shows, now it shows the condition. How it is conditioned? Because it is given. Now this if is given, that's why this word if is given, that's why it is known as the condition of your present simple. And what will be the result? Definitely after heating, whenever you're just heating the water, definitely the what will be the result? Definitely it will, you know uh, it will boil the water. Clear? It boils the water. So what will be your the second sentence, which is underlined with the green line? This will be your present simple tense. So that's why uh, this is called a 0 type, because in this conditional sentences, we are in this conditional sentence we have got the two present simple tenses. Now if you see that if you heat the water, now this is the present simple tense, and the second one, this is your it boils. Now what is actually it is this? Now this is also your present simple tense. Now first one, this is your condition, and the second one, which is underlined with the green line, so this will be your result. Now now we have got the four uses of your the conditional sentences type 0. Now first of all, it shows a universal truth, or you can say universal fact. Second, obvious truth. Third one, facts. And the fourth one, at last, cause and consequences. Now just proceed towards the first one, that is your universal truth. Now as I already told you, that we can also call universal truth as a universal fact. Clear? Now if we just have a look on this example, from this pic, or on this pic, that uh, if you freeze the water, if you freeze the water, it turns into, or it turns to ice. Means let's suppose, being a Sindhi, definitely when we fill the some kind of the plates or whatever the different uh, the devices or whatever, uh, means with the help of your water towards the towards your fridge. After a few minutes, the water turns into ice. Especially we use fridge or what we call the water in hot season or in a summer season. So that's why we use this kind of conditional sentences in zero type when we have got the two present simple tenses. Now, along with except this example, I can give you another example as well. The of your universal truth or universal fact that whenever we wake up early in the morning, the sun arises in the east. Clear? Whenever we wake up in the morning, the sun arises in the east. Now, what actually it is this? Now, this is your universal fact because it is given by the Allah Subhanahu wa Taala that it remains constant. The action, or you can say the any task which is which usually starts according to his her own time, its own time. So that's why it becomes what it becomes the universal truth or universal fact. Because usually, whenever we just wake up early in the morning, definitely we see the sun arises in the east. We cannot say that the sun arises in the west, north, or south because it is totally impossible that the sun rises from the south, north, or west because it is basically the constant situation. It is a constant fact. It is your constant truth, or which we call the universal fact. Now, what do we call? Why do we call this is a universal effect? Because it is given by the Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. It is given by the universe. That's why it is known as a universal truth. Clear? Now the second one, that is your obvious truth or obvious things. Means obvious means the thing which is totally clear to you, which is very much the scene which is very much visible to you, which is clear seen before you. Likewise, or in a Sindhi language we can say obvious that काश ये तव्हांजे साम्हूं ज़ाहिर हुजे जेका तव्हांजे साम्हूं तव्हां फील कयो था तव्हांजे साम्हूं ज़ाहिर हुजे. So that's what we call as obvious things. Now if you see that if you have a problem, talk to your doctor. Now if this girl has a problem, now this is the obvious thing that Falan girl is having some problem. She might have some kind of a problem in terms of her lungs, in terms of her headache or whatever. So that's why the her two friends is trying to request her that you should consult the doctor. If you have the problem, talk to your doctors. Now what actually it is this? Now this becomes what? This becomes the obvious things. Means the problems, the things which are visible to you, which can be easily recognized by you towards your friend. So definitely we call as obvious things. Clear? Now this is what this is the obvious things. Now the third one, that is your facts. Now what do you mean by this fact? Mashallah, you already know about the meaning of fact. Means which is based on the reality. Fact means reality or the thing which is real. Now just have an example on this pic. If you press the power key, the green light appears. Now definitely whenever you just mashallah, some of the students, some of you have the convenience or whatever, what do we call, cars or whatever, the bikes. Definitely when you just press the button, definitely the different lights appear. Different lights are different lights. If it is a red color, then definitely the red color light appears. So whenever we just press any kind of a power key or any button, definitely the second action will appear. What will be the second action? Definitely the second action might be especially the green light appears. Clear? I think from this pic your concept will be clear. Clear? And whenever now, except this example, whenever you just switch on the button of fan, definitely the fan starts it starts giving the air to the person, to the people. So what is actually this is the fact that we especially feel we recognize that within the different categories. Here now the fourth and the last. Now the cause and consequences. Now, as I already told you in our previous lecture, the cause means it shows a reason, and the consequences, what actually it shows? It shows the result. Here now if you just have example on this, that if you sweat too much, now sweat means the water which comes out of your body. In Sindhi language, paghar, nikrar, or whatever. So if you sweat too much, then definitely you dehydrate. Means you will have a lacking of your water in your body. Now, what is the first sentence? If you sweat too much, now this becomes cause, because the cause always comes first, and the consequences, or you can say the result comes after the cause. Means the first cause comes, then consequences comes. Now if you sweat too much, now this is the cause, and what will be the result? You dehydrate. Now this becomes the consequence. Means you will have the problem of dehydration. Some of the students have a some of the students have especially the diarrhea or loose motions or whatever, just because of having a the dehydration problem. Clear? So this is the all about today's lecture. If you have any kind of a question, so you can ask me uh, right now.